Hey everybody, Ronaldo Offerman here at Gear It First. I want to show you a pretty cool item that I've been using for quite some time. We're all familiar with these. They are battery packs for your phone, right? Or iPad or any USB device. The problem is a lot of these things promise you the moon and fizzle out after just a couple of minutes. Or they don't charge as many devices as they say they can. I found one that works really well, and it's from PNY, Pony, whatever the heck you want to call it. I actually found out about these because I ran into a friend of mine while playing Pokemon Go. Back when, that was a thing. I've never really seen anybody invent Marco Polo and then get rid of Polo. But I digress. These things are incredible. First of all, let's take a look at the specs down here at the bottom. The model number on this one is the AD10400. Why is that called the AD10400? Look at this thing. It has a 10,400 milliamp hour battery life. And I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of annoyed when people say milliamp when you're going into the thousands. It's almost like saying, my child's 120 months old. No, dude, come on. Seriously. It's basically 10.4 amp hours, which is a lot of power. So what this means is that you can do, for example, you got the 2.4 amp, the 1 amp, and another 1 amp, and it charges, via USB. So what I've seen with this is that if I really want to charge my phone fast, I plug into the 2.4. The 1 amp pretty much keeps my battery steady. So if I was at, let's say 50%, and I plug it into the 1 amp on one of the newer iPhones, like the iPhone 7 Plus or the 6 Plus, it's going to stay at 50%, but the battery doesn't die, right? Here, the 2.4, it quickly charges up while I'm using the phone. So if you're not using your phone, either of these two will work well. And I've used, this for like my phone, another, like for example, my GoPro, and then my iPad. And I've charged it again and again and again. There's been times that I used this the entire week and it hasn't died. Now, what I have not used this for yet, and I'm sure it would work, but I can't tell you because I don't have a new MacBook 2016 Pro. As you know, it charges via the USB, the USB-C. So you could technically run this to a USB-C cable, and you could charge your MacBook Pro with this. Again, that's theoretically speaking. I don't see why you couldn't. I mean, look at the size of this battery. And if I can charge a the iPad Pro, the 12-inch, while I'm using it, and two iPhones, or an iPhone and a GoPro, yeah, this thing is crazy. The best part is the price. It is dirt cheap. I've put a link in the video description below. Check it out. You won't be disappointed. A couple of things about this, though, that I will be honest with you. This thing cannot count to save its life. So right now it says 100%, and that's because I fully charged it. But sometimes it'll say only 60%, and it won't charge above 60%, but then it stays at 60% for like 4 or 5 hours. So it's really odd. I think it's just an issue with the PCB that controls this. I was able to take it back and get it exchanged, and there was no issue. But I did a side-by-side test, and honestly, after a couple of charges, this one here was also giving me that issue, but after a couple of charges, it went away, and now it says that it's fully charged up to 100. All I care about is, will this thing last forever? Can I survive an entire convention just off this alone? And the answer is yes. And it does have an insanely bright light with it. Not blue, it's white, but it looks blue. And they do make a couple of smaller ones. I do believe they may have a larger one, but for the size, for the price, you can't beat this. And again, that is the new PNY AD10400. I love this. I know you will too. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, my name is Ronaldo Offerman with Gear It First with another quick review on an awesome product. Thanks so much for watching. Good night and God bless.